Welcome to the System to Success show. On this show, we'll cover the best growth advice from top CEOs in North America and beyond. On each episode, your host, Jay Crutchfield, he's a former software engineer turned entrepreneur, created and maintained online marketing, online sales, and fulfillment systems for global brands. He offers non-traditional wisdom about business systems mastery, while his guests share the story of how they built their companies. Jay and his guests talk entrepreneurship, digital marketing, strategy, and business principles. But they also talk about what it means to be human with all the ups and downs, advances, and setbacks. And what he does is he takes his information and strategies that has helped catapult global brands and brings that to the small business owner to give them that advantage. Make sure to subscribe and follow for more of these business system mastery principles.
The System to Success show. I'm your host, Jay Crutchfield, and on today's episode, we're going to talk about how often should you be selling to your email list. All right, so in the title of that's already really saying it out loud that if you aren't, you definitely want to be actually building an email list, right? You want to actually be building a list of people that you have access to whenever you want. And so just to go just right before we get into that question, just setting this up on the side is that if you are relying 100% on somebody else's traffic source, oh my goodness, and you don't get them off of their platform to your platform, you are at risk. Your business is at risk. You're at risk of that platform and their rules, and then them potentially even kicking you off. So you definitely want to transition people from their platform to your platform so that you can share your message with them. All right, so back to the topic at hand. Should you be selling on your list? Yes. And how often? It really depends, right? It really depends how often you should be doing that. So I'll just share a quick example on that side. So I remember and actually sending out and sharing basically an offer to a group of people, and it was not segmented, meaning that I had people that were just coming on board and some folks that were already further along in the program. And I made a mistake. I made another offer to the whole group. I didn't take into account where everyone was, how far along they've gotten. And so some people got upset, especially the new folks that were just coming in. Why did they get upset? Is because I didn't add enough value to them first. I didn't give them and share more information about how they can increase their lead flow, assist them with their strategy sessions, giving them pointers there, and assist them with their online and digital assets, right? I didn't do enough up front of sowing into them. And so when I came time thinking about the agricultural example, when it came time to harvest, they were looking at me like, what you want? Not everybody, of course. And so what that shared with me, it brought to mind a principle that my mom shared with me many years ago. She said, Jay, when you call someone, don't just call them when you want something. Call them to see about them, to see how things are going, and to add value to them. And that stuck with me over the years. So I apologize, Mom. I didn't do that in this instance, right? And so what that showed me in that instance was that it's super important to actually give value. Now, should you have a call to action in every email? Totally up to you. I believe that developing that muscle and conditioning for your audience is very important. And so building that curiosity and still having that call to action via a link in that email, I think that's a good thing to actually have, right? Because it gets people in the motion of actually doing that. And so, but add value to it, because if you do not, as you're building that email list out, what's going to happen is they're going to get burned out from hearing about, like, you don't even care about me. You don't care. And this is maybe some of the thoughts that go through their mind, because when I get those emails, I'm thinking that, like, you don't even know me. I don't even need that. Do you even understand me? Do you even understand what some of my pain points are? Do you understand what I'm going through? I don't need that. I don't care about that. Even if they do, the context has to be set. Like, you ever get some of those emails, retail wise, and hey, just a note. I don't know how many episodes you've listened to or watched, but I used to own a retail store, so there's no shade to some of those companies. Just stating that if you blast out, even with emails or texts, sale 80% off, sale 20% off, sale 90% off, if that's all the context is, then they're only going to see you as transactional in value, and they're going to say to themselves many times that you don't care about me. And so when it's no context to it, when they're not adding value to you, then they're going to be, or you're not adding value to them, then they're going to be thinking in their minds, like, you don't care about me. All right. And so we don't want our potential clients and even our clients to be thinking like, you don't care about me. How can we show them that we care about them? Is through listening to them, listening to them in conversations, through emails, through responses, through research, listening to what are those pain points. And when people feel like they've been heard, like you really got me, like you really understand me, and then they're more likely to keep listening and staying in the conversation, right? Staying in the conversation, right? And so we want them to stay in the conversation. And how would we do that? By continuously adding value to them. What's something that you can solve for them quickly to give them a result quickly? Like, what's some quick wins that they can get? You know, our society is really on instant gratification. And so how can we get them that gratification so that they can keep moving forward, and eventually, when the time is right, take advantage of that lead magnet, take advantage of that program that you have? All right. So how often should you be selling? You should be thinking about serving them through giving a value, and then when the time is right, you serve them the meal that they actually need through selling your product or service. All right. So hope you enjoyed this episode of On the System to Success show. All right. Look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Make sure to follow and subscribe for more business mastery, business systems mastery, business marketing mastery principles. See you on the next episode.